Capricorn, what is going on with you? Come on in, have a seat, make yourself comfortable. My name's Alan Hill from UnknownTruthTarot.com. Welcome back to another Capricorn love reading. Today we're going to take a look at the status of the love connection between you and your romantic person of interest. I'm going to do that by getting one card to represent the mutual point of interest between the two of you here in May 2024. Then I'm going to get 3 cards for you, Capricorn, 3 cards for your person. Then I'm going to clarify everything with the second deck just to make sure we can get down to the bottom of the unknown truth about what's really going on in this love connection of yours. So let's get started. Let's get one card for what is the mutual point of interest between Capricorn and their romantic person of interest in May 2024. Okay, we got too many. I normally get 1 and I just got 3 here. So might be something big happening for you here. What is going on with you, Capricorn? What's going on with Capricorn as it relates to their romantic person of interest and the connection between the two of them in May 2024? Okay, we got extra card again. Not uncommon to get an extra card once in a while, but to get them like this is something's going on. What's going on with your person, Capricorn? What's going on with Capricorn's romantic person of interest as it relates to Capricorn and the connection? Okay. This one, and then this one. Whew. All right. Something big is happening. I just got like an adrenaline rush type feeling here. So what is going on? Bottom of the deck, the overall energy of the reading is the Page of Wands. Pages are messengers, and wands are about passion and desire and inspiration. So this would be like news and messages and communication about passion and desire, passionate messages happening, expressing of desire or interest in something. But this is also the minor arcana version of the Fool card. So this represents a person who is a little bit more of the toned down version of the Fool. It's not someone who just going to throw caution to the wind. This is someone who has the willingness to take the very first steps down a brand new path towards something they have passion and desire for. Looks like that's the connection with you. I've got the 2 of Cups here. This is Cancer energy. This is a love connection between 2 people. It's I breathe you in, you breathe me in, we're connected. But it's a 2, and 2s represent choices or decisions. So there could be some sort of a choice about this love connection. Sometimes that can represent a choice between more than one cup of love. I don't have anything out here that would indicate that yet, but I've got willingness to take the first steps toward a connection here. And another page, Page of Swords. So this, again, could be news, messages, and communications happening. A lot of it around this connection, expressing desire and just communicating in general. But this is also an energy of someone who's trying to learn something or trying to figure something out, be doing like their due diligence on something, researching, studying something, just trying to figure something out. Sometimes that can be snooping and spying on you, or trying to figure out what's going on with you, or trying to figure out what's going on with this connection. Got the Queen of Wands right behind that. This is either Leo or Aries energy, depending on how you view that. This would be a bold, passionate, fiery, determined person that knows exactly what she wants. She doesn't take no for an answer. That's very driven, motivated kind of person. It's also someone who would be very like sexy, vivacious, charming, fun to be around. Someone that would be like considered like the life of the party. Like there would be a lot of passion and desire either from or toward this person here. Might be you, Capricorn, might be your person showing up here. Not 100% sure which, but it looks like we got a lot of passion and desire wrapped up in this. A love connection here that maybe we're trying to figure out what to do with or how to get that and wanting that really bad. That's the general gist of what it looks like this spread is going to talk to me about. We might come back to that more as we go along. Mutual point of interest. This is shared energy that affects both of you in some way here in May 2024, Capricorn. It doesn't always affect you both the same way. Sometimes they do this and you feel the consequences, or vice versa. Sometimes they say or do something and you start to feel or act this way, or vice versa. Sometimes it's legitimately external stuff that's impacting both of you. Normally, I get 1 card for this, and I got triple the normal amount here. We got the 7 of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and the 10 of Wands. So far, we're starting off pretty good. What I don't want to see is a bunch of swords, and I don't have any swords out here. I've got some passion, I've got some cups, I've got some more passion, and some more cups. So that's looking okay. Seven of Cups is Scorpio energy. This is options and choices, but confusion about the options and choices. There's a lot of different cups here, a lot of different ways this situation between the two of you could play itself out. There's a lot of emotions involved here, and this would represent not wanting to pick the wrong cup, not wanting to make some kind of a mistake here, and either being confused because there's too many options, or being confused emotionally here about what to do, and not wanting to make a mistake. Sometimes this can represent a person having multiple options here. I do have the Ace of Cups with that, which is a new beginning in love and emotions. This is not always like brand new person showing up. Sometimes this can represent filling the cup back up between the two of you and starting over at square one in terms of love and emotions. This could even just indicate we had all these different ways this situation can play itself out, and now we're down to one way. Not really feeling that, but then I have the 10 of Wands here, which is Sagittarius energy. This represents a heavy burden that's been being carried by both of you here, or by one of you at least. It's a 10 though, and in tarot, 10s are completion, so this is the completion of a heavy burden, or it's supposed to be the spot where the burden gets laid down and you guys move forward without it. Something's telling me the confusion and the options and not being sure what to do and not wanting to make a mistake as it relates to probably beginning this connection, taking the first steps on it, trying to get from that 1 cup to 2 cups and trying to figure out the connection and how to get what I want here. Yeah, I've got the Chariot right behind that. This is Cancer, Major Arcana energy. This is at its core, it's like the underlying will to overcome obstacles and challenges and stuff that's been in your way. It's about getting past all of that stuff through sheer will alone and then moving forward very quickly in success and victory. It's the fastest energy in the tarot deck, but sometimes it can also be a very stuck energy, just like the Hanged Man. So this is either the fastest energy in tarot or it doesn't move at all. And it's because there's sometimes an issue of alignment when this card comes out. There's like, we all have that 2 sides to ourselves, the dark side, the shadow side, and the light side. And because the driver doesn't have reins to control this and he uses will alone, he's got to be in like complete alignment. In other words, both parts of himself have to be pulling in the same direction or it doesn't go anywhere, or worse yet, it kind of tears itself in half as it moves forward. So it looks like there's some sort of an obstacle that's been in the way that could be part of the burden that I'm seeing. There's a very mentally and psychologically painful situation seems to be the thing that's in the way here. Now, this is 5 of Swords is Aquarius energy. 5s are conflict. So this can be like a communications conflict, like verbal conflict, fight, argument, words being used like weapons. It could be something like that. It could be something like a betrayal happening. Like I said, at its core, it's a mentally and psychologically painful situation or event. It doesn't have to be someone betrayed you here. It could be that. It could just be that there's been something in the way. And the fact that it's in the way and we haven't figured out how to get what we want yet could just be extremely mentally and psychologically painful. That could be part of the burden here. It could be part of the confusion. I'm going to clarify this and see what else I can find out. Tell me about this 7 of Cups, Ace of Cups, 10 of Wands. Why is that the mutual point of interest between Capricorn and their person? That was weird. It bent that card and shot it all the way across the table here. Okay. Bottom of the deck, 4 of Cups. Cancer energy. This is about being not fully emotionally happy, not fully emotionally content with what you have right here in front of you. The person is looking at these 3 cups and they're not happy with that, so much so that they're daydreaming about this other cup, this other thing that they believe would lead them to their happiness and fulfillment. The 3 of Cups can represent being united and celebrating or being reunited and celebrating. It can sometimes represent a third-party love triangle because it can be 3 cups of love in the picture here. It doesn't feel like that. I got nothing else out here so far that's even leading me in that direction. So this is looking like not being fully happy with what I have in the sense that maybe we're not together and I'm waiting on that to occur. I'm waiting on this cup of love to come in. There's that Ace of Cups left hanging here in the air. Sometimes this is an energy of one of you thinking about making a love offer to the other one and just having not done so yet. Sometimes this will be an energy of there is already a love offer on the table between the two of you, and it hasn't been accepted, it hasn't been rejected, it's just kind of been left hanging here in the air with nothing being done about it. That could be part of the burden. Doesn't look like that's how it's going to stay, though. I have Knight of Swords right behind that. This is the fastest moving knight in the deck. Knights are action takers, so this is about rushing forward and taking some very decisive action on something. A lot of times this will be a person rushing forward and either taking an action that they don't need to think about at all before they do it. Sometimes this is an energy of someone who took the action and didn't think about it first, and they didn't bother to think about it until after it was already done. Not sure which way that applies yet, but it's looking much more like rushing forward and taking a rapid, decisive action on something here because I'm not happy and there's this thing that I think would make me happy. Then I have the Ace of Cups behind that. Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Cups is already out here. This is a new opportunity, a physical, tangible, real-world opportunity presenting itself here. It's an ace. This is the seed of abundance. It has the potential to grow into the 10 of Pentacles that we all want. The maximum stability, abundance, prosperity, the happy, stable home life, like building a life together, building a life around each other. This has the potential to get there. It's not that in and of itself. It's the potential. You have to grab this opportunity and do something with it. Otherwise, it's just empty potential. And it looks like some action is being taken very quickly on this physical opportunity that's presenting itself between the two of you. And there's the Seven of Cups again right behind it. Scorpio energy, options, choices, confusion about the options and choices. A lot of emotions involved. I don't want to do the wrong thing and make some kind of mistake. But then there's the Page of Wands again. So this Seven of Cups is in the shared energy. The Page of Wands is the overall energy. So this is fitting here. This is going from confusion to this is feeling like something that was blocking whatever you guys are trying to do. And now there's this either communicating about what I actually want or there's forward movement on it in terms of taking the first step. When I clarify this Seven of Cups, Ace of Cups, 10 of Wands, I get the Two of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, and the King of Swords. The Two of Pentacles is Capricorn energy. It's a physical decision here. This is like, I got these two physical things that I can't really have both of them at the same time, and I have to pick one. So I'm weighing the options. I'm looking at the pros and the cons, and I'm asking questions like this one or that one. Do I or don't I? Like, what do I do here? And you can see the person's on one foot. So it's a 1 foot in, 1 foot out kind of an energy. It can be like flipping back and forth on something where I can't quite make my mind up. The emotions, the waves in the background are big waves. It's tossing this ship around. So that represents rough, choppy emotions, being emotionally off balance, potentially being physically off balance. This is an energy of balance in the sense of it's like trying to maintain my balance or get my balance back once it's been thrown off here. But trying to make some sort of a decision. That's two decisions I've seen and some confusion here. Next, I have this Eight of Wands. This is Sagittarius energy. This is the second fastest moving energy in the deck. We've seen the top 3 fastest energies. I've seen the Chariot. Now this Eight of Wands is the second fastest, and this Knight of Swords is the third fastest. So we have a lot of speed happening here. A lot of things picking up speed. Getting ahead of myself, Capricorn, but central to your person's energy is also this same Eight of Wands. Damn, they've got the Ace of Pentacles here as their first card too. Man, I'm seeing okay, this is making more sense to me already. This is very fast forward movement on something that there's passion and desire for. There's fast progress happening on something here. This can also be rapid back and forth passionate communications happening between the two of you. This can sometimes, be a card of travel over great distances. So there might be some sort of a distance between the two of you. This is a card of travel. This Chariot card that I saw can represent travel. The Knight of Swords can represent travel. Might be a case for someone watching this that there's some distance between the two of you, and that could be part of the burden. And if that's the case, it looks like we have the first step being taken toward the connection. This sometimes is just so much is happening all at once. There's so much happening that it's like too hard to process it all. It's like it can be overwhelming amount of energy here, which could be part of what's got things a little off balance, or has one of you off balance, maybe both of you off balance. Next, I have the King of Swords here. Okay, I got to back up a second. When I have these laid out side by side, now it makes vertical columns here. I've got confusion about the options and choices and an energy of being off balance and trying to decide which of these two do I want. And I'm like, not decided about it. That makes sense together. Ace of Cups is that being together, the beginning stage of that, and this very fast forward movement, fast forward progress on it. I have an ace tied to an 8 of Wands here. Getting ahead of myself. In your person's energy, there's an ace for their first card tied to the 8 of Wands again. And then when I get to this last column, I've got a heavy burden being attached to the King of Swords. So this is Aquarius energy. This is a decision-making energy. This is someone who is very smart, very logical, very reasonable, rational, usually fair. This is a person, though, that when they make decisions, they don't consult their emotions. They're looking at the truth and the facts and what can I see right in front of me and what makes logical sense. This can sometimes represent just like the conscious mind and the thinking piece of a person, the logic reason piece of a person, and being much more concerned with that than emotions. This is like the kind of energy that's going to do the math on something and see if the numbers add up correctly. And they're going to decide based on that, or based on something that I can see in front of me that I can verify. It's feeling very common sense, logical here. And there is a heavy burden tied to that. Could be what's going on, like in the physical body, someone has a conflict between their head and their heart here, and that could be the thing that's got them off balance, and I'm trying to decide which one to listen to. It's looking like it's being decided that logic and reason and common sense are the burden, or whatever logic and reason and common sense has been telling someone is the burden. And the thing that needs moved forward quickly on is the Ace of Cups, this emotion stuff here. I will freely admit to you, it is not uncommon at this early stage in the reading that I don't fully understand what this is trying to tell me yet. I will come back to this energy as I go through your energy, Capricorn, because then I'll have a much better idea of what this means as it relates to you. I'll do the same thing and come back to it again as I go through your person's energy for the same reason. But that's the shared energy affecting both of you here in May 2024. Capricorn, your energy in this connection. First card is always the most important. You got the 10 of Pentacles. Central to your energy is the Hermit. And the final card for you came out as 2. We have Judgment and the High Priestess. 10 of Pentacles is Virgo energy. This, we alluded to it when we talked about the Ace of Pentacles. This is most people's goal in terms of physical reality, maximum stability, abundance, and prosperity. This can represent the combining together of 2 people or 2 families and all their assets and resources to build this stable, abundant, prosperous home life that we all want, like the happy home life. This is about combining lives together, building a life together. I get this a lot for people when they're living together or when they're married or when they're going down that path. Tell me about this 10 of Pentacles, please. Why is that the first card in Capricorn Sun? We got a lot of extra cards again here. Something big is happening for you, I think. This one? And this one. Okay. On the bottom of the deck, 5 of Pentacles. Wow, that's very odd here. 5 of Pentacles is Taurus energy. 5s, again, are conflict and change. This is abandonment. This is being cast aside. It's being left out in the cold, discarded, walked away from. This is typically a breakup kind of an energy. Can represent sometimes a financial loss, like a devastating financial loss. I do see 10 Pentacles here at the card I'm clarifying. That can represent like a lot of wealth, a lot of money, stability in the assets and resources. And here we got half that amount. So that could be a financial loss taking place here. Could also be that we have a life that we're building together and there has been an abandonment of that. I have 9 of Cups right behind it. This is Pisces energy. This is an energy of personal happiness and wish fulfillment. This is a step backwards from the 10 of Cups that we all want, that happily ever after, that happy fairy tale love connection where two people are together and pouring themselves into each other and fully happy and fully in love. This is a step backwards from that. Sometimes this can represent single energy, as in I'm emotionally single. Like I don't need another person to show up and like make me feel happy. I don't need another person to make me feel whole or to make me feel loved or worthy of love. I do all that for myself. So that would be a great energy to be in. This can also represent someone whose own personal happiness and wish fulfillment is probably a little bit too important to them. It can be very self-centered, smug, self-serving, overindulgent, self-indulgent kind of an energy. It's like what my happiness is more important than yours. It can represent something like that. Doesn't make a lot of sense if there is an abandonment and a breakup because that's my wish fulfillment, especially if you already have 10 of Pentacles here. It's possible that we've had a breakup in the past already, and the wish fulfillment is to get back to the 10 of Pentacles. That's possible. It is also possible that we have had some kind of a breakup because someone's happiness and wish fulfillment was more important than yours. It could be that. I do have Page of Cups right behind it. So again, another page. This is news and messages and communications about love and emotions, expressing feelings, being at the early stages of a love offer here. It is a page, and the page is the least developed of the core cards. So this ain't a king. This is someone who's possibly not fully emotionally mature, not fully emotionally developed yet. It could be something like that. This can sometimes represent an apology or just expressing how I feel about something. And then I have 3 of Wands behind that. So this is Aries energy of waiting, essentially. This is about being at the beginning stages of manifesting something. And at this stage, you've already decided what it is that you want. You've already chosen what you want your world to be like and the path that you think is going to get you to that. And you've already started taking steps down the path. I see the first steps being taken here. This is fully expecting that the path I've chosen and the actions that I'm taking are going to deliver to me the thing that I want. It just hasn't happened yet. And I'm at the stage here where I'm still waiting on that to materialize, waiting on that to show up in the physical reality. So it's being at the beginning stages of manifesting and waiting on the thing to arrive. That can also represent a card of travel. When I clarify this 10 of Pentacles, I get the Empress, the Star, Temperance, and the Page of Pentacles. We got a lot of pages. I've seen the Page of Wands, Page of Swords, just saw the Page of Cups here, and now I've got the other page, the Page of Pentacles. So we've literally seen all 4 pages at this early stage here. So this, again, is beginning stages of something where it's not fully developed yet. This is feeling like whatever it is you're trying to achieve, you don't quite have it yet. But we're en route because I got the Empress as the very first card here, clarifying a combined together life, like having physically pretty much everything you want, everything accounted for, building a life together. And this is the mother of the tarot deck. She's perpetually pregnant, so she's always giving birth to something. And in a relationship reading, she represents the birth of something new. Sometimes it can represent the rebirth of a connection if we've had some kind of a breakup. This is feeling like combined together lives is wish fulfillment, and birthing that or rebirthing it and starting over at square one is the thing that you're after. I keep having cards stick to my elbows. The 2 of Pentacles just fell off on the floor here. So we got the birth of something new happening. She is the 3 of the major arcana. We just talked about this 3 of Wands. She rules over the 3s of the 4 suits. So in this idea of being at the beginning stages of manifesting something and it hasn't actually appeared in reality yet, oh damn, I didn't go far enough. Magician right behind that, the master manifester, actively manifesting the thing that you want here. She is the gateway between the divine in this physical 3D reality we live in. So when someone manifests something, it gets birthed into the physical 3D reality via this Empress energy. And that's the first clarifier for your 10 of Pentacles. So it's looking like we're getting 10 of Pentacles happening here. That's probably why I got the adrenaline rush, is probably why I'm getting all these extra cards here. Like I said, something big feels like it's going on. I have the Star next. This is the Aquarius Major Arcana card. This is a card of healing. It's a card of hope. It's also a card of wish fulfillment. In a love reading, sometimes this card can represent that you are feeling like this person is the one for you, like you're guided toward them. They're like a gift to you from the universe. It can represent that. I do want to be clear, this is not God or the universe or spirit or however you view that beaming down a message through me that this person is the one for you. That's not what it means. This is showing up in your energy, which indicates that you could feel like they are the one for you. This is also, though, the card that comes immediately after the Tower in the sequence of the Major Arcana cards. So you don't make it to the Star energy without going through a tower of some kind first, where some important thing in your life shatters and it crumbles down all around you. It falls apart. That tower changes everything and nothing's the same after that happens. And when that happens, it's hard to see the way moving forward from there. The Star is the energy that shows up after the tower happens to light the way for you so you can see the path moving forward from there. This is where hope comes from. It's where healing comes from. So it's telling me that we did have some kind of a problem in the past. That's probably what this Five of Pentacles is talking about. There was some sort of an abandonment of being combined together, probably at some point in the past. And I think wish fulfillment is like doing something about that. There's that Magician, the Master Manifester right behind that is, the Wheel of Fortune. This is a change in the luck and fortune of something. So when things are going great and you get the Wheel of Fortune, that's a pretty good sign that shit's about to go to hell in a handbasket really quick. When things have gone bad and we've had some sort of an abandonment, some sort of a breakup here, this would be the wheel spinning the other way and correcting course, so to speak. And when we do that, we get the 10 of Cups right behind that, the happily ever after, the happy fairy tale romance that we all want, being together and fully in love. I've got now 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups in the same story for you here. That's everyone's goal in love and relationships. And right behind that is a card of moving forward successfully on something here. Success and victory. So it's looking good. If we had a problem here, it's looking like the problem was in the past. And this is either healing from it or still having the hope that it can be rebirthed. I have Temperance next. This is the Sagittarius Major Arcana card. So far, your first three clarifiers have been Major Arcana. That's powerful energy. We all have free will, and we all have the ability to exert that free will over these minor Arcana energies. Like we can do something about that pretty efficiently. These Major Arcana energies, we got a little bit less control there. Like this is powerful stuff happening. Temperance is about patience. It's about blending two things together to make something new, but doing that little bits at a time, not trying to dump it all together all at once. This is like, let's do a little bit and take a step back and see how is this working out, and then come back in to make some adjustments to that and keep making those fine-tuning adjustments until we get it just right. This can be a card of like balancing something back out when it's out of whack, like recalibrating something. It can even be a card of reconciliation. In tarot, water represents love and emotions, and here the love has been separated into two different cups, but this angel is recombining it back together, like reconciling the love back together, putting it all back into the one cup. Good grief, cards keep trying to fall off all over. I'm still waiting on it when I lean over like this. One of these days the wheels are going to kick out from underneath me and you're going to see me flip over. And Page of Pentacles is your last clarifier for this 10 of Pentacles. This is news and messages and communications about some physical, tangible, real-world opportunity presenting itself. Like I said, I got that Ace of Pentacles as the first card in your person's energy, and the page carries that Ace of Pentacles. This is either you guys communicating about some physical opportunity to get to this 10 of Pentacles and to put this all back together and rebirth it and get rid of this burden and move forward. This can also represent a person who is at the early stages of planning for their future. It's not a fully developed plan yet. It's at the beginning stages of a plan. But we got a plan. Central to your energy, Capricorn, is the Hermit. This is the Virgo Major Arcana card. You notice in a pattern here, you got three of your first three clarifiers are Major Arcana. Your central energy is Major Arcana. And the next two cards that came out for your last card are both Major Arcana. So there's a lot of powerful universal energy impacting you. Specifically you. There's some impact in your person, but almost all of it is yours. The Hermit is a card of withdrawal and isolation. This is sometimes communication shutting down. Like there's no contact between the two of you. This can represent ghosting. If the communication hasn't shut down, sometimes this can represent that it is dramatically different than it used to be. This is also a card of someone, probably you, being forced inside yourself to do some soul searching, some deep inner reflection, some deep contemplation. It's about looking in the shadows of yourself, looking inside yourself for what needs adjusting about me so that I can move forward the way I want to. Tell me about the Hermit, please. Why is that the central energy of Capricorn? Getting all kinds of extra stuff. Okay. And another card on the floor. What is going on today? Bottom of the deck, Seven of Cups, Scorpio energy of options and choices. That is out here in the shared energy that's affecting you both. This is about being either emotionally confused or having clouded judgment or not wanting to make a mistake and pick the wrong thing. There is a lot of emotions involved here. And this is looking like confusion or no confusion. There's this very fast rushing forward, taking some rapid, decisive action on something. Either someone no longer needs to think about it and the confusion isn't a problem anymore, or we got some confusion going on because someone took some kind of an action really quickly without thinking about it first. This can be like impulsive, spontaneous kind of energy. No, the action that's being taken is taken toward this Ace of Pentacles again. So again, second time I've seen it in this deck. It's out here in your persons. We got communication about this opportunity right here. There is some physical opportunity that's happening. And it's an opportunity for the Four of Wands. Good stuff. This is Aries energy. Fours are about stability. This would be stability of your home life, stability of your family life, stability of the connection between the two of you. These four wands represent 1111, which is the number of manifesting. We just saw the Three of Wands being at the beginning stages of manifesting, where I know what I want and I'm fully expecting that the thing I want's going to happen. It just hasn't appeared in reality yet. This is it showing up. It's here and it's stable in the physical 3D reality, and it's cause to celebrate something. This is usually a celebration energy of celebrating something about the home. So it could be like a housewarming party. It could be like engagement, wedding, baby showers, anything kind of like that, graduation type stuff. Some sort of a celebration. But this is the third card I've seen now about manifesting in a very short period of time. So it's looking to me like this 10 of Pentacles that you're trying to get to looks like it might be happening very, very soon. When I look at the Hermit, what clarifies the Hermit is the Eight of Cups, the Sun, the Queen of Wands, and the Five of Cups. The Eight of Cups is Pisces energy. This is about emotionally detaching and sometimes even physically detaching and walking away. The person in the card is walking away from 8 full cups of love because they believe there's something better out there for them. Now, sometimes that can mean somebody has like the grass is greener on the other side of the fence thing going on, where they think it might be better there and let me go find out. sometimes this is a case of like, this isn't really like cutting it for me. It's not good enough for me. And I have an opportunity now presenting itself to get the thing that I do want. So it could just be detaching from something and walking away. It's tied to the Empress here. So again, this could be saying that there was a walking away at some point. I know there was a tower at some point in the past. The way that these energies typically work for me is the first column is usually something that's already happened, like recent past. And the closer I get to the end of your energy, it's like the more current we're starting to get. So it could be a case of that we already had some sort of a detaching and walking away. We already had an abandonment, a breakup. We already had a tower. That could be why I'm seeing the Hermit energy here central for you, because something like that impacted you strongly. And it could be that we're just trying to heal this and rebirth it. This could also indicate, I guess, that we're walking away from this idea of rebirthing this. Doesn't seem to fit with everything else I've seen, though. So this part's got me a little bit confused here. You might have to leave me a comment and let me know how that pertains to you. Next, I have the Sun. This is the Leo Major Arcana card. So here we are with another Major Arcana. This is the happiest card in the deck. This is happiness, joy, bliss, harmony. Like, you really can't get a better card than this. So it's sitting right next to the Star, which, this could be like your person is the sunshine that lights up your life. You have a lot of happiness and joy attached to them or attached to the connection between the two of you. Could be viewing them as the one for you. They could have a lot of gravity and they've got you kind of like in their orbit and you can't break free from that. I do have to mention that this is also the card that comes after the moon in the sequence of the Major Arcana. And when the moon's out, it's dark outside. Things can be hidden in the dark. Secrets can be kept here. There could be something that you don't see. Well, the next step is the sun comes up and now it's not dark anymore and all that stuff that you couldn't see before gets illuminated. It could be that. This is feeling very, very conflicting here. Like, the Hermit is typically something has happened and it forces you inside yourself. It's usually not something pleasant, and it's usually not an energy that we voluntarily choose to just go into. Something puts us there. It could be that a detaching and a walking away put you there, but now there's this hope for happiness again. It could be that. It could be you got to a point where you just didn't see any possible way that this was going to work. That could be what we're talking about with the confusion here. Could be that. Could be like the clouds can represent clouded vision. Like, I can't see how this would work. It could represent that. But if that's the case, there, confusion or not, clouded judgment or not, there is this very fast forward movement toward an opportunity. And the thing you want manifests itself. Yeah, there's that cup that you've been waiting on to come in. There is the moon behind it, though, which is what I was alluding to with the sun. So this can be, it can be an illusion of some kind. It can be there's just fear, worry, and anxiety from all the uncertainty that's going on. It looks like the thing that you are certain about is that you want to fight for this connection or fight to get what you want or defend your position here. There's the tower that I was talking about, and then justice behind it, like balancing something out. Whatever that tower was that happened between the two of you, it was not a fair, just thing. It was not in balance. That's probably not the way it was supposed to happen. And the justice card is showing up as the need to correct the tower. And I've got fighting to protect something, the need to correct the tower. The thing that was supposed to happen is the Hierophant commitment. Being in a fully committed relationship, taking that to the next level, being committed to something that's bigger than you. This is a marriage card. This is going down that path toward full commitment. Wow, wow, wow. The next card to clarify the Hermit is the Queen of Wands. We saw that already here in the overall energy. Bold, passionate, fiery, determined person that knows what she wants, goes after it, doesn't take no for an answer. This is Leo or Aries energy. Looks like what you're wanting is happiness and recombining the two of you back together. That's what it's looking like to me. 5 of Cups. Sadness and remorse about the past. This is Scorpio energy. This is a 5, more conflict and change. I've seen too many 5s for my taste, but this is the only one that's actually physically out here on the table. And this is talking about the past as well. So it's feeling like the painful stuff that happened between the two of you was in the past. Here, this person is focused on these 3 cups that have been spilled and all the love and emotions, all the time, effort, and energy that's been spilled and wasted. And in the background, he's still got these 2 upright cups. This 2 of cups that's right here is the second card down in the overall energy. So there is still a connection between the two of you here. It's just, for some reason, it didn't have the focus. The focus was being placed on the past. And that's kind of what this card is really about. It's about whatever you focus on is literally going to dictate to you the emotions that you feel. So here they're focused on the past, which is why they're feeling what they felt in the past. They're focused on the loss of something, and they're feeling the loss. They're focused on this thing I don't have, this thing that's missing, and they're feeling that gap in their life. There is definitely still a connection in the background. And there is some sort of an early stage plan or even communications about the plan or this physical opportunity that keeps showing up here. So this is very weird because I got 8 of Cups and 5 of Cups, which typically are not emotionally good energies. But in the center of it is I know exactly what I want and all of my happiness is tied to it. Final card here for you came out as 2. We got Judgment and the High Priestess. Judgment is a powerful major arcana card about a final decision being made. This is passing a final verdict and judgment on something. In a relationship reading, this is almost always a decision about, do we call this A, dead and over with, and there's no coming back from it, or B, it can be about resurrection, bringing something that's dead back to life and bringing it back from the grave and transforming it so that it's never the same again. This is a reconciliation energy in that sense. Temperance is a reconciliation energy in that sense. We've got the Empress, which can be about rebirthing the connection. I have the Star, which is about healing or at least maintaining the hope that it can be healed. I've got the Ace of Cups, which can represent filling the cup back up between the two of you and starting over at square one. So I've got vibes of reconciliation all over the place here, or being reunited in some sense. The next card here is the High Priestess. This is she who knows. This is your intuition. This is your gut feelings. It's the internal knowing, like your divine guidance, your inner wisdom. Like this, I call her she who knows because she sits in front of the veil of consciousness. She has access to all the information, like everything. She knows it all. She sees it all. She just doesn't tell us everything because sometimes there's stuff we don't need to know until it's time. And then she clues you in through your intuition. So this is telling me your intuition is talking to you about a decision here. This can also mean feeling guided towards something, just like the Star can represent that. I've got the Sun here with a lot of happiness and gravity here. In a love reading, she can represent that the connection between the two of you is deeper than just something physical. It's deeper than just something emotional. It can be bordering on a spiritual, very powerful type of a connection here. So let me clarify that and see what else I can find out. Why is Judgment and the High Priestess the final card for Capricorn? Really? Okay. Yeah, we got that same weird concept is coming out with some good stuff and some bad stuff mixed together to where it's like, at face value, it's a little confusing. Bottom of the deck, Page of Cups. Again, news messages and communicating about love and emotions, expressing feelings, early stages of a love offer. And this is like, can sometimes be an apology. 9 of Cups. Personal happiness and wish fulfillment here. So this could be expressing feelings about personal happiness, like what would make me happy is if we just follow our intuition, follow what we're feeling guided to do and bring this back to life or end it, whichever way that works out. This is I'm almost now feeling like I'm getting two messages here. Unless this is just more stuff about what has already happened. I got that Five of Pentacles next again. So abandonment, breakup. The High Priestess. Intuition is talking here. This is making me a little confused feeling. The World. This is the ending of a cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. So this is like the ending of something and at the same time the beginning of the next thing. That's not always like ending a cycle with one person and then starting a new cycle with a new person. Sometimes this is like, okay, the way it has been is ending and we're going to start this new way. We're going to start this way. Like, there's been something in the past that has gone wrong. I don't know exactly what that is for you. I'm not tapping into your energy. I'm tapping into collective energy of probably 10,000 Capricorn people right now. So it's really hard to tell exactly what's going on here. It's looking like we had a problem and the problem cycle is over. This is like disconnecting and leaving it. And I got another energy of like emotionally disconnecting and leaving and sadness and remorse tied to that and some burden here based on like common sense, logic, reason, analytical thinking. And this is like, I'm still, even though there has been this breakup, there's still this feeling like if I could just remove this card, this would be like I'm being guided toward the thing that I actually want really, really bad. And this is like popping in there as like, hey, remember that thing that went wrong. But this is indicating that whatever's wrong is ending and what is right is about to start. Yeah, Six of Pentacles. This is balance. This is equal give and take. Like, generosity. You take care of me, I take care of you kind of an energy where you're putting in the same amount that they're putting in and you're pulling out the same amount they're pulling out. It's not one-sided. When I clarify this Judgment and the High Priestess, I get the Wheel of Fortune, the Nine of Swords, the Two of Swords, the Tower, and Justice. The Wheel of Fortune. This can be a fated event. This can be like what's supposed to happen is going to happen and there ain't jackbo shit you can do about it. It can represent divine timing, that this is going to happen when it's supposed to happen, and there ain't nothing you can do to speed it up or slow it down. I do have Temperance out here, which is patience. This idea of rebirthing it or birthing it to begin with, however that works for you, and this detaching and walking away, this is like turning that around. It can represent a repeating cycle happening, like the repeat of something. Doesn't feel like that, though. It feels positive, and everything so far has really kind of felt positive, except for the stuff that has happened in the past, and I think that's what some of this negativity coming out is, because there's still probably some shrapnel in there from whatever happened. It's almost looking like there was a breakup for the wrong reason. Anyway, next clarifier here is the Nine of Swords. This is Gemini energy of fear, worry, and anxiety. This is thinking about something a lot with all this fear and worry behind your thinking and doing that to the point that it becomes physically stressful. It starts to manifest itself physically as like nightmares or sleepless nights. I can't fall asleep or I can't stay asleep. I can't concentrate on what I'm doing. The person on the card has their eyes covered by their hands because in their mind it's represented as being so bad they don't want to look at it. But again, if this is a change in the luck and fortune, this would be, it's spinning the other way because that's not how it should be right now. I've got the Star and the Sun right before that. So very odd, very odd. I don't know if you're worrying and fearful about whether something is ever going to change or not. You've got gut feelings about it, but the gut feelings and the intuition come from the opposite part of your brain as this Nine of Swords. This is conscious mind is way overactive. It's like going and going and you can't stop it. And the conscious mind is not where your intuition lives. It's in the subconscious mind. It's below the surface of awareness of the conscious mind. And that's what the High Priestess is about. So it's feeling like some sort of an internal battle you're having where you got a feeling that things are turning around, but then almost logic and reason and common sense is scared to death that it's not going to turn around and I'm not going to get my happy that I want. I think that might be what I'm seeing with this King of Swords out here being tied to the Ten of Wands. A heavy burden being carried related to the conscious mind and your thinking. Could be. Next, I have the Two of Swords, which is Libra energy of a decision that needs to be made, only it hasn't been made yet. The person on the card's blindfolded, so sometimes that can mean I just don't have enough information to make the decision, which is why it hasn't been made yet. Sometimes the blindfold can represent someone doesn't want to see something and they have blinders on and they're just not taking the blinders off. They're in denial about something or refusing to look at something. And that's making it so the decision doesn't get made. Sometimes this could just mean it's not your decision, which could be why you're worried here. Like, I know Capricorns. My fiance is a Capricorn. And she's totally okay as long as she has the power to be the one to make the decision. But if she doesn't and she's at someone else's mercy, that's a very worrisome spot for her to be in. I see it right here. You got this Queen of Wands. You know exactly what you want. And what you want is your happiness and blending together with this person. And this being afraid because the decision hasn't been made yet. It's feeling more like it's not actually your decision, Capricorn, as much as it is your person's. In terms of what happens and how the forward movement goes. And I'm even seeing the forward movement central to your person's energy. So this could be a case of where you want something so bad and it hasn't happened and you've had to be so patient waiting on the timing to be right that you're almost probably got yourself into a state of thinking maybe it's never going to happen, which is probably where this Tower is coming from here again. Or again, this could even just represent the thing in the past that happened between the two of you. It changed everything. It's tied to the indecision. It's tied to the sadness and remorse about the past and all the love and time and emotions and effort and energy that was wasted here. But there is still this opportunity and communications about it or an early stage plan in that same row. I don't know if you're just missing a piece of information and it's like driving you like mentally like aggravating the crap out of you because you don't actually know what's happening yet. But I do have Justice as the final clarifier for you. This is the Libra Major Arcana card. So you've got Major Arcana cards every column here. Everywhere you got them. This is the most powerful card of balance in the deck. It's about doing the right, fair, just thing. The sword in that card is used to cut away something that's out of balance. So balance can be restored and then the right, fair, just thing can happen. Like what's supposed to happen can happen. It shows up when something's out of whack and there's a need to correct it. I've got two cards in this last column, along with Judgment and the High Priestess. These cards are about like what's supposed to happen is going to happen when it's supposed to happen. And this is like rebalancing something so that what's supposed to happen can happen. There's so much like what's supposed to happen right here in this column. There's clearly been a Tower in the past, and that's probably where the fear, worry, anxiety, overactive mind, not even being able to see everything and it not being your control, your decision to make, that's enough to put you in fear, worry, and anxiety itself. But there is a decision here, and there is guidance involved with this decision, and I've got two cards about what's supposed to happen, going to happen. Even though there's Tower in here, and even though there's Five of Cups, and I've seen Five of Pentacles twice, it's still feeling overall like very positive, and the negative aspects of it seem to either be about the past or remnants of stuff that did happen in the past that are still making you a little bit iffy about whether or not you can trust your faith or your belief in this or your hope in it, I guess I should say. That's your energy and the connection. And scoot this over, get some more room, and we'll take a look at your person's energy. First card for them is always the most important too. We got the Ace of Pentacles, central to their energy, Eight of Wands, and their final card is Justice. So I've already seen all three of those energies over here in your side of the story. So we got a little bit of mirroring going on here. Hopefully this is going to give us some more clarity of what's actually happening. This Ace of Pentacles, like I said, is that physical opportunity presenting itself. The potential to turn into the Ten of Pentacles as long as they grab this and do something with it. I've seen that Knight of Swords a couple of times, like decisive action being taken. I've got the Eight of Wands out here, very fast movement and progress on something. And I've got the Eight of Wands here, central to their energy, fast movement and progress on something. That Ace of Pentacles turns into the Ten of Pentacles, the combined together life. And that's out here as your very first card too. So it's looking like, on the surface at least, that we're moving in the right direction for you to get what you want. And it looks like we're moving pretty quickly in that direction. But let me clarify it just to make sure. Tell me about this Ace of Pentacles. Why is that the first card here for Capricorn's person here in May 2024? Really? Bottom of the deck, Four of Wands. Again, this is stability of the home, stability of the family, stability of the connection. There's a physical opportunity for that. This is also 1111, the number of manifesting. This is the thing manifesting in physical reality. It's stable in the 3D reality, and it's a celebration. Again, tied to the Ace of Pentacles. I'm clarifying the Ace of Pentacles. And when I get the same card, it's the universe going, dude, how many ways do I got to tell you? I done told you. There's a physical opportunity to get the Ten of Pentacles to manifest the stability in this connection and the thing that they want. Seven of Cups, which again, we've seen on your side and in the shared energy. Options, choices, confusion. I don't want to make a mistake and pick the wrong thing. And there's a lot of emotions involved here. And it's like, clouded vision. But still, even though there's still that Knight of Swords again, you've seen me shuffle this how many different times, and it keeps showing up with those two cards in the same order. Decisive action being taken on something very quickly. Leo energy of the Seven of Wands, defending their position or their stance on something, fighting off this oncoming energy. This is about like trying to defend and protect and fight for the thing that I believe in, the thing that I desire. Fight for this connection, fight for this opportunity, fight for this stability here. When I clarify this Ace of Pentacles, here we are again with mixed signals. I get Five of Swords, Ace of Wands, the Emperor, and the Eight of Swords. Five of Swords is Aquarius energy. Again, fives are conflict. I think we saw this if I go far enough down in the overall energy, we hit one of those. Again, at its core, it's a mentally and psychologically painful situation or event. It could be an unfair situation where everything is stacked in this person's favor and it works against you. You could be like there was a betrayal on their end toward you. Could be what the Tower was about. Could be what this Eight of Cups detaching is about. The Five of Pentacles we saw. Could be that you have psychological pain that came to you from them. This isn't even always like, sometimes this is malicious, as in like, I want to hurt you and it's going to bring me happiness to cause you difficulty and pain. It can be that. It doesn't feel that way here. Sometimes this can be a case of a person who is stuck between a rock and a hard place where it doesn't matter what they do, somebody's going to get hurt. And they don't want to hurt anybody, but somebody's getting hurt no matter what. Could be that they're in a spot like that, or they have this opportunity here, and there's some mental and psychological pain involved for them because somebody's going to get hurt. If that's the case, it's directly related to sparking up this connection with you. Like this is a passionate new beginning and passion and desire, or re-sparking a connection after it's fizzled out for some reason, or something has happened. I mean, Tower, 5 of Pentacles, 8 of Cups, something has clearly happened. So now it could also be, I would be lying by omission if I didn't say this, but this physical opportunity presenting itself can be a physical opportunity to get the wand out. That is the phallic symbol of the deck. It could be that, and it could be there's some sort of betrayal here. And if so, this would be something probably from the past, I would imagine. Emperor is next. This is the Aries Major Arcana card. This is an energy of control. It's taking control, taking charge of a situation, putting together a plan to get what I want, and then executing the plan to get what I want. This is the person who calls the shots, makes the rules. It's my way or the highway. Like it can be a controlling, domineering kind of an energy. It can just as easily be someone who's very expansive and structured and organized, and they take control of things here. Could be, I got a spark of some new inspiration here, and I worked through all this mental and psychological pain on this opportunity. It could be I'm putting together a plan to get this opportunity here, and it's painful to do that. Could even be that they're going to hurt somebody if they spark this connection up with you, and they're still sitting in the power position here. I did see a choice that needs made that's not being made, and it felt like it's not your choice. This is making it feel like it's your person's choice. In fact, it's 3 cards deep directly across from you, your 2 of Swords. So probably is their choice, whatever it is. And we got 8 of Swords here. This is Gemini energy of them being stuck in their head, grinding on something over and over on this repeating loop in their mind. The person's blindfolded, so they're missing information. There's something they don't know yet, something they can't see yet, and they're not sure what's the safe move to make here, so they're feeling stuck and trapped and blocked. This is overthinking something, overanalyzing something. It becomes a self-imposed mental prison of their own thoughts. In other words, the way they think about it is what makes them stuck. They're not actually stuck. They just think they are. I see mental and psychological pain. It could be something related to that I do also have here. King of Swords, like the head of that sword suit, the pinnacle of that suit, about thoughts and common sense and logic and reason, and a burden being tied to that type of an energy. This is almost saying like the thing that got in the way before, that weighed it all down between the two of you, is your person's thinking. Like the way they were thinking about it seems to have been problematic and weighed this down. Central to their energy, Capricorn, is the 8 of Wands. Again, Sagittarius energy. It's out here in the shared energy clarifiers. Very fast forward movement on something there's passion and desire for. Very fast progress on something. Can be rapid back and forth, passionate communicating. It could be travel over great distances. This can just represent there was a whole lot coming at your person all at once, and it's too much to process. So tell me more about this 8 of Wands, please. Why is that central to Capricorn's person's energy? Okay. Bottom of the deck. 9 of Cups, Pisces energy. Again, this is personal happiness and wish fulfillment. It is a singles energy. It can be about being emotionally single. It can just represent personal happiness and wish fulfillment is to move forward very, very quickly and make progress here. Page of Cups, communications about emotions, expressing feelings, like being at the early stages of a love offer. This can even represent an apology of some kind. Magician, the Mac Daddy master manifester of the tarot deck. This is someone whose thoughts and actions shape the world around them. This is like being able to create reality around them in alignment with what their will desires. He's got all 4 aces on the table in front of him. The aces are the ones of the 4 suits. 11, 11, the number of manifesting. This means your person is actively manifesting something. It can even indicate that whatever the problems were that we had before were created by your person and the way they were thinking and acting in the world. It could be that what they're trying to manifest now is going from the 9 of Cups being single to the 10 of Cups, the Pisces energy of happily ever after, happy fairy tale romance that we all want, happy fairy tale love connection that we all want. This is being together emotionally. That's what they're trying to manifest. That's what they're trying to make very rapid progress and forward movement on. When I clarify 8 of Wands, I get 3 of Cups, 6 of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles. 3 of Cups is Cancer energy. This is about being united and celebrating, or reunited and celebrating. There's 3 cards in the tarot deck that to me represent reconciliation. We've seen the first one out here in your first column, Temperance. It's about recombining the love that's been separated, rebalancing it. I've got Judgment, which is about resurrecting something that came apart, that was dead. And now I've got the 3 of Cups, reunited and celebrate. Yes, this card can also represent a third-party love triangle because there are 3 cups of love in the picture. It is also sitting right here beside that 5 of Swords, which can represent a betrayal. And that 5 of Swords is tied to the wand, the phallic symbol of the deck. So it is still possible that there was something like that happening. But this is really feeling like reconciliation to me. I guess I could take this Ace of Cups in the shared energy as there was a new person brought in, and that created a burden because there were options. And this 2 of Pentacles can sometimes represent a person juggling 2 people. But I don't really have anything that has told me that that's what it was. This is just possible meanings to the cards where it could mean that. But if that's what it's trying to tell me, then pretty much the rest of this doesn't make a lot of sense to me anymore. So this is looking to me like there already was a problem that was painful, and we're trying to move very quickly on the thing that they want, which is to go from this 9 of Cups and manifest the 10 of Cups and be reunited. I have 6 of Swords next, which is Aquarius energy. This is moving forward into calmer waters. It's leaving the rough, choppy waters of the past behind, moving away from that and forward into their future toward the thing that they actually want. There is an implied choice with this. Like, a painful thing has already happened. The 5 of Swords has already happened when you're at the 6. The 5 of Swords is here in their first column of something that's probably in the past. Nothing can be done about the pain that happened before. Whatever that tower was, whatever the abandonment was, nothing can be done about that here. I do keep seeing Page of Cups, which can be an apology. This is about the choice you have when you're moving away from the painful thing and moving forward into the future. Your choice is, do I carry the burden that this painful thing caused and carry that burden into my future with me so it continues to weigh me down? Or do I carry forward with me the lesson I learned from that painful situation so something like this doesn't happen again? This is feeling like forward movement, re-sparking the connection, having this new drive or motivation or determination to move forward. And it looks like that's happening very quickly until I hit this card. And this is the slowest knight in the deck. So we're going from the second fastest energy period into the slowest knight in the deck. This is... I've had a couple of cards already that scream like Wheel of Fortune could be divine timing. I've seen 3 of Wands, waiting. I've got Temperance, which is patience. And I've got this very slow, monotonous, snail's pace type of an energy. This is usually very frustrating energy. When you're going through this, it's like I want something that I want it really bad, and I want it like yesterday, not 2 weeks from now. I want it already. And you're getting the slow snail's pace here. So it's like really aggravating energy. Now, it can sometimes represent a person who knows what they're supposed to do but doesn't do it for some reason. It can even represent the opposite of that, a person who knows what they're not supposed to do, but they do it any damn way. I've got an energy of control and taking charge and putting together the plan to get what I want and executing the plan to get what I want. The negative thing about the Knight of Pentacles is he's so damn slow that he's frustrating. The positive thing about him is this is not the dude who tries to skip a bunch of steps and tries to take shortcuts and tries to go straight from I meet you today to I'm getting married to you tomorrow. He's not the dumbass that's going to skip all those steps and mess everything up. He's going to do things methodically, one step at a time. He's going to do it by the plan, not skip any steps. And when he shows up, he finally has the real deal. He's got the Ace of Pentacles, and that is the first card. And that is the thing that grows into the 10 of Pentacles, which is your first card. So whatever this is, to get to this point of forward movement happening, it looks like it's happening really fast, but then there's all this stuff that's talking about divine timing and patience and waiting and slow drip, snail's pace. It feels like getting to this stage has taken forever, which could be another reason why I'm seeing the mental and psychological pain here in their first column, and this Eight of Swords grinding on it and being stuck in the loop in my mind, and common sense possibly telling me this is never going to happen, that I'm never going to be able to move forward the way I want to. But this is feeling like it's taken a long time, and slow, methodical steps have been taken the entire way. So it's not looking really all that bad. It's looking like when this finally happens, it's going to be correct this time. Final card for your person, Capricorn, is Justice. That was your final clarifier out here. Libra Major Arcana, most powerful card of balance in the deck. It's about doing the right, fair, just thing. This card shows up when something unfair or unjust has happened, and this is the need to correct it. Something unbalanced has been going on, and this is the need to correct it. Tell me what's going on with Justice, please. Why is this the final card for Capricorn's remaining person of interest here in May 2024? Let's get one more for Justice, please. Okay. Bottom of the deck, Nine of Cups. Personal happiness and wish fulfillment is tied to the idea of correcting this. Communicating apologies, communicating emotions, expressing feelings. It's also beginning stages of the connection here. And Six of Wands, Leo energy of recognizing something, and the thing that they recognize allowing forward movement to happening in success. This is moving forward successfully on something that there's passion and desire for. I'm getting the feeling that this already happened at some point. This idea of combining together has already happened at some point, and that's why I keep seeing the breakup and the detaching and the tower and all the worry and fear and the thing that was out of balance. It's like it wasn't just out of balance for you, it was out of balance for them. I don't think it just caused pain to you, it caused pain to them, although that may be part of the thing that you didn't get to see enough of to fully grasp that. If you were worried about whether or not this was one-sided, only you wanting this, that's not it at all. They wanted it too. This showing up in the background, this abandonment, this breakup, I'm feeling like that's the thing that is in the past. That's why it's down here. And that's the thing that was out of balance that needs corrected. Yeah, there's been a struggle with that strength. It's taken all of their internal strength to make it through that breakup, that the physical separation between the two of you. This is a Leo Major Arcana card. It's about having the strength to make it through that, but being forced to dig down deep inside themselves in order to tap into it and use that. Can also be an energy of someone who's trying to tame this beast inside themselves, trying to rein themselves in and hold themselves back and not let themselves rush off and do something crazy that might be some kind of a mistake. I do have 7 of Cups out here in the shared energy. Confusion about what to do and not wanting to make a mistake. 8 of Swords, not wanting to make a mistake and step in the wrong place and not being sure what's the safe move. So this could... Another thing that I see this a lot when I have Knight of Pentacles with that. That's very slow movement, and this Lion wants it right now, and it's like I'm trying to be patient. I'm forcing myself to be patient when I don't want to. In fact, every card that I could see that would tell me that something has taken a long time and it's been difficult because of the amount of time, I've got it all out here. Temperance, Wheel of Fortune, 3 of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, and Strength. This is like screaming forced patience. And I'm not wanting patience. I want to manifest what I want, and I want it now. Definitely feeling the want it now part. I just got goosebumps down both arms when I said that. And the very first clarifier for justice is the King of Wands. Whoa, hey, come here. King of Cups. Ace of Swords. The King of Wands is Leo or Sagittarius energy. We've seen the Queen of Wands. It's out here on your side. I got counterparts here. This is counterparts in passion and desire, counterparts in like drive and determination and motivation, inspiration. This is a person who knows exactly what he wants. He goes after it. He doesn't take no for an answer. He doesn't let obstacles and roadblocks and challenges get in his way. This is the dude that's going to find a way to get what he wants, or he's going to make a way to get what he wants. It is also the pinnacle of the wand suit, so it's not just driven and motivated and determined and ambitious, although this kind of person is that. It's someone who's also driven and determined and motivated by passion and desire and sexual energy and the wand. So it's usually somebody who's charming, good looking, charismatic, like people would like to follow this person. But this is very driven and motivated. And even the way that they're laid out on the table, I'll show you this way, they're both facing inward. They're both facing each other, looking in the same direction. So this person is driven and motivated to get to you. He's looking directly at the 3 of Cups, the being reunited and celebrating. And even this 5 of Swords is still in the past here. So King of Cups is next here. So we've got, this is either Scorpio or sometimes Pisces energy, depending on how you view that. This person has a lot of love and emotions for you. This is the kind of person that doesn't necessarily wear their heart on their sleeve, though. King of Cups doesn't publicly broadcast his emotions on everything. So this could be a person that's madly in love with you and you don't know it because they don't really express that. The water around the King of Cups' feet is all rough and choppy. So that represents rough, choppy emotions. But even still, he's cool, calm, and collected. Like you can't see it on his face that anything would be emotionally out of whack. I got justice here. So something is out of whack. I've got emotional confusion here. Something's out of whack. This is also the counterbalance to this King of Swords that we have out here in the shared energy. This is logic and reason and common sense. And this is intuition and feelings and emotions, so that they're balances to each other. When you're making decisions, like this is the dude who throws emotions and intuition out the window. And this can sometimes be the dude that throws logic and reason and common sense out the window. And to me, neither one of those two ways is a very balanced way of making your decisions. Especially when you act on them very, very quickly here. That's not great. The best way to do it is to have both of these things. And yes, you're going to access your intuition and your emotions, and you're also going to be smart and logical and rational about things and not let the emotions get too far out of balance to where it's clouding your judgment or they're not having an impact at all. So it looks like that's an element of something that's getting balanced out, and that is looking like the thing that's allowing forward movement to happen here. Have the Ace of Swords next. This is the sword you make decisions with. The Latin word that the word decision comes from literally means to cut off. So this is the sword you use to cut away the other options until there's only one option left. I see the two options here, back and forth about them. I see the decision that needs to be made and hasn't been made yet. And it's not your decision, it's their decision, which is why they're here. I've got 2 cards of forward movement, actually 3 cards of forward movement and travel right here in the center. You guys could be like a geographic distance. This is the sword you make those decisions with to cut those options off until there's only one option left. Shared energy, first card, options. And we're cutting them off until there's one option left. The one option that's left is this Ace of Cups, like filling the cup back up between the two of you. And the whole time, what has felt like the burden here has been King of Swords energy, like overly logical, overly rational, and math-oriented. And it's like I'm being too in my head about something and not enough from my heart about it. And it looks like that's the thing that's changing, because all of these other options are being cut off except this new beginning between the two of you. Now, if you still have questions about this situation or your relationship, click on any of the videos that just appeared on your screen right now. When you do, you'll be taken to more Capricorn love readings that can give you more insight and more clarity about what's really going on in your particular situation, and I'll see you in the next video.